Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda
Unmute.
Yes. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyananda. So we welcome all of you to this Parashakti Akashic readings program, where all of you will be learning so much about Devi Parashakti, who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and what are the Shakti, so much more about Devi Parashakti. And
And if you are here, it is not by accident. You are a conscious miracle. You
if you are here, it is not an accident, it is an incident. You are a conscious miracle of existence. You are here for a reason. And we welcome all of you to this sacred spiritual experience, your digital experience of the divine. And this may be what you think as your first time in the presence of a divine cosmic being. But this is not the first time this energy has graced planet Earth. If you are watching this now, it is not a coincidence. This is a cosmic intervention in your life to make you manifest whatever you want. Over here, you in this program, you will also be learning about how you can manifest what you want, how you can manifest the life you want. And all of you might be thinking, how is this possible? How has this worked? You can experience these answers through the powerful cognitions as referenced from the ancient texts of Hinduism, which is revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
So let us
And
understand, who is Devi Parashakti, the divine cosmic mother? Devi is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, the cosmic mother. She is a source Shakti. It is her cosmic womb, Brahmanda Yoni, from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. Source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Parashakti is the main deity of the sacred feminine and the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who is the primordial divinity of Hinduism. And in the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, first and foremost, relationship is mother. Ability to learn, even idea to relate, starts with mother. Understand your idea to relate, your ability to relate starts with the mother. Mother is too important way to connect with what you think as life. In the Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware your ability to connect with the mother should be directed to the cosmos. It should inspire, it should awaken your higher consciousness. It should inspire your higher consciousness to express through you. It should awaken your higher consciousness. Connecting with life as mother is the most sweetest, most beautiful, most easiest form to ever connect. Today, out of his extreme compassion and love, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself and gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, and delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. So let us understand, what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan? What is Samadhi? Sama is oneness and Adi means source. So Samadhi means one with the source. Bhava means attitude or aspect. Bhava Samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect. Darshan means to have a glimpse of. In the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment we behold a deity, an avatar, a saint, or an enlightened being, as just seeing such a being can cleanse the karmas of lifetimes and create a deep, lasting transformation in the receiver. Darshan is the powerful, superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. He simply radiates darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. The auspicious moment when the receiver is able to catch it becomes the moment of darshan, raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough. It's like hitting the reset button on your being. And let us understand the science behind Bhava Samadhi Darshan. First thing we need to know is that divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations. Divine cosmic beings manifest through the Achyavataras, the deities in temples, and through the Bhava Samadhi Darshans in the Nijavataras, the incarnations. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of the Nijavatara, manifesting Paramashiva, the consciousness. It is where formless, the being of Paramashiva, expresses through the Divya Sharira, the light body, and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form, the embodied form for us to experience Paramashiva. And for example, Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Devi Meenakshi. And the Achyavatara, the deity, reflects the consciousness and manifestation, the being of the superconscious energy. But human beings are not mature enough to receive the higher level experiences from the Achyavatara directly. The avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge the gap and creates experience of superconscious energy in all of us. Bhav Samadhi Darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. The influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. During darshan, the whole brain becomes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energy that heals, empowers, and transforms our lives. During the Bhava Samadhi darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. The mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, the entire body can silently and without moving receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation for conscious energy radiated by the avatar. Let us understand what are Akashic readings. The Akashic readings are not predictions. They are readings from the cosmic archive. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. Because Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what you call as happening, yet to happen, are all clearly already recorded. Let us understand who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, macrocosmic ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities as a lifestyle for humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajnapeetham, the Tornemandali Adinam. The incumbent emperor of Suryavamshi Surangi Samrajam is the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kailasaranta Shamala Pita Sarvajnapeetham. He is the present Mahamandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akada, the largest apex monastic order. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atalakada, is the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharma Mukti Vargapura Adinam, and has been elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 plus Hindu leaders. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, most read, and watched, has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, Sanskrit, and has translated that into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has over 20 million books, copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded, and over 10,000 hours of discourses delivered. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has enriched and enriched 1 billion lives digitally, and is respected as the commentator of all sacred scriptures, such as the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jain Sutras, and many more. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader, is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including Rudrakanyas, Rudras, Rishis, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, and Sannyas, and is the establisher of the largest Hindu university, Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University, with satellite campuses in over 150 countries. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems, and is a founder and reviver of over 100 Sadhvatyapitas. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the collector of the largest Hindu library, with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. So now we've understood who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let us enter into the extraordinary demonstration of Shakti, the powers of Paramashiva. And we will witness today the Guru Gopalasans and the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism demonstrating these extraordinary Shaktis.
A look, a word, a touch. Power of initiation. Diksha is the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi dikshanam muktihi phalamakhanditam avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi diksha vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization, the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham, Nithyananda Nagar, Birdi, Bengaluru. Contact 97422 03311 82774 90091. Visit www.nithyananda.org. A look, oh.
Let us now enter into the demonstration of experiment. Demonstration of experiment that all of you are going to witness the powers, 460 powers of Paramashivoham being demonstrated and manifested by each and one. So, before we begin, let us understand what are in the Vedas. Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 460 experiments. And Paramashiva just to perform accepting that you are the divine and that you need to manifest the divine, you can manifest the divine. Not with the conviction that you are a man and that you need to be. And let us see the fundamental difference in Shakti and Shakti are the powers of manifest from deep feeling connected and oneness to divine and high intensity to divine. And Shakti are the flow of light. Siddhi are the powers to manifest and suppress our strength for Siddhi are the past. Shakti are the powers to manifest to ordinary human beings make extraordinary ways. Just as the initiation of the that and Shakti are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent in the new diversity of Shakti. And Paramashiva is the primordial divinity, the ultimate reality and cause. Thus, Swayam Prakasha also living and clean way of time. Spirit, God, and God. As the fundamental base of Vyakta and manifest and Vyakta. Paramashiva performs the consciousness of five cosmic acts: creation, Sthiti, causing duration, Mara, accumulation, Prabhava, creation of divinity, and Angraha, liberating based on the as already said, about Supreme Court is 2008 incarnation as a presentation of the divisor of bilateral ancient and negative. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the savior of the enlightened being and highly advanced. And so it was said in modern times and modern days, Supreme Court is dividing details and transmitting it to the world at a record-breaking speed. That's a accomplishment. Swamiji is recognized as an incarnation at a very young age by the Guru Sikhi Parampara. The lineage of enlightenment. You see, permeates the enlightened Guru, Mata Vivekananda, Sufi Swamigal, Sikhi Swamigal, Annamalai Swamigal, Kanchi Paramacharya, Swamigal, Yogananda, all these Gurus who have initiated and trained Swamiji into reviving these sciences. Just so all the devotees and disciples can employ these sciences. And let us now see how the science of Paramashivoham is authenticated through the four aspects of Paramashivoham. The first is the Shastra Pramana. It is the eternal unchangeable truth, the revealed in the Second,
Diksha.
the Akta Pramana, which are the powers, which are the experiences and results of Akshat or authorities of wisdom, made the Sishis and scientists to affect and verify them. Third is the Atma Pramana, the experience of the accounts. This millennium avatars was the experience of our living and last, with the Pratyaksh Pramana, or the empirical evidence of observation and so let us now see the Shastra Pramana, with the power of paradise, which comes to the point and the Vijnana of the कपालान्तर्मनोन्यसा विस्तन्मीलितलोचनः रमेण मनसो दार्ढ्यात् नप्तये लक्ष्यमुत्तमम् By fixing the mind on the inner space within the ground center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession by the stability of the mind and inner space, the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Laksham by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the state of oneness, the source Paramashiva. The next is the After Pramana. Where Bhagavad Sri Krishna indicates Arjuna in the power of Bhagavad Krishna. He said to Arjuna, and indicates Arjuna in the 11th chapter, 8th verse of the Gita. He said, Tatumam shakyase drashtum Tatumam shakyase drashtum manenaiva sachakshisha divyam dadami te chakshuru patyame yogamaisaram. But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant you the divine third eye, behold my cosmic opulence. Purana Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, contains the description of Bhagavan as follows. Completely narrated by Arjuna as he did to Krishna. The next is the Atma Pramana, which is the experience
Inside and outside broke. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360-degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything just became so alive. The idea, something is inside,
The next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and science. Study compare the metabolical activity of the brain in the conscious and meditative state of the third eye, using the positive and negative which is heat. And when doing daily activities, high activity measured in the brain was the third eye state, and when in the deep state of samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is left. So let us now witness the Akashic phenomena. The live demonstration of these Shaktis being manifested by the Balakis of Nithyananda. Today, I represent Today, along with me, I have an extraordinary Balakin, an extraordinary Paraman sister who is 14 years old, and her name is Mansi Kalajananda, and 15 years old. And she is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti of third eye to all of you. All of you can see. I have the medically certified eye band with me in front to complete the fake sheet. Behind is a thick sponge, and under there is no gap between the sponge and the fake sheet, and there is no possible way of light entering in this eye band. This is the eye band I'm going to be placing on that eye. It is completely medically and scientifically certified and proven that there is no possible way of light entering into this eye band even with the eyes closed. And even with the eyes open to side eye. Before that, Makaladra, just make sure that there's nothing around you. So please go to your right, left, up, all of you can see, and all around you. All of you can see there's nothing around Makaladra, there's nothing on Makaladra, and this is eye band is going to be placed on the neck. I'm constructing the eye band for all of you, and this makes Makaladra, are you comfortable? Now are you comfortable? So now again with the eye band on, right? Yes, up and so you can see there's no gap, there's no possible way of light entering the eye band and yes. Now I request you to come to the projected. Ma Kaladra is now going to read all your comments live. Please go ahead, feel free, post anything you want on the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda channel and Ma Kaladra will be speaking out. I request up. Even though no comments, without my color was able to read and say what is on this. I request comments to be reloaded so you can have the comments. Also, how to cool the masala with heat. The third hand is so cool the at the open. It is a beautiful, 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 amazing demonstration of this power status. Now, once we remove the island of masala, and you can see the island completely that, and also difference between the island before and amazing. That was a beautiful demonstration of this extraordinary powers which was manifested with now demonstration. And stay tuned to witness the next power, which is the power of body and you will be witnessing the Bala Samsung and using uninitiated disciples manifesting and being able to stand illnesses, diseases, and managing them. Let's now see the Akashic mana. It comes from the Jnana Vadehe jagato vapi sukmatarani cha tatvani yani nilayam yatvante vyatyate para. And that's it. Cosmic heat is from the subtle from the whole body, they have all of the whole but simultaneously consistent of the receiving light. They are being absorbed in the first one. And by the experience of such light, one becomes completely on the thought, and the ultimate one is the power are the second and the supreme command. Next is the Apta Pramana, which is the light of the morning area. Area was one of the prominent disciples of Akashic. And one day, a man suffering from a headache comes to Agastya and standing and Agastya uses the power of body standing and identifies the root cause. Here, there is a small area at a stop, sitting in the open space. Agastya immediately instructs the area to disciple, perform and open his surgery and remove it. After the surgery, completely successful, the person is healed and cured. Thus, the disciple gained and next is the Atma Pramana, the life of this one who deeply cares how he was able to manifest power of God. Only when I had a multiple compound manufacturing, but I forced to go to surgery in their first medical capacity. At that time, I detected the quantity in my different compounds, and it was being as I had been forced to become I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities study the body conditions due to the causes, and through the power of body science, I found out what the problems and imbalances can happen and where the balance has to be. And what the second sentence is doing. All these great avatars, even though they take a human design, they are much beyond suffering, and any incident happens in life is not an accident. It's a divine state happens in it. And now you can see the experiences of devotees and disciples who were able to manifest this power and who beautifully shared their experience on the Kailasas escapes and escapes making Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And you can see how it is not only us who can manifest these powers, even you can manifest these powers just by getting initiated into the powers of. Let us now witness the extraordinary demonstration in back to the Bali inside action of power. And then go ahead, post the comments in the Kailasas escape channel and we'll be getting back with the Bali inside action. So I'm back with an extraordinary balance of the Nithyananda beautiful Martin, who is going to be demonstrating this power of body scanning to all of you today. And I request you to come to be predicted. Mahajalandar Nithyananda has posted bad sound quality, ma, and it's breaking sound, ma. Now is it better, ma? Okay, so yeah, okay. Mahajalandar Nithyananda has posted that it sounds much better. And okay, I request the comment section to scroll a little up. Okay. Ma Pravina Surya has posted, I need help, ma. Please scan me, ma. Would like to know why the numbers on my weight screen did not come down, regardless of what I do. I just comment section, stop being Parola first year. So, this is your body scanning. I was diagnosed with anemia, little low rate of hemoglobin at 7 8. Not 3. Yes, clearly I'll be doing the body scanning. Parola first year. Now, me and Martoni are going to stand in the Mahabhasya, which is own Nithyananda Paramashivam. There is a test for higher frequency and connected to us. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So what you are doing, at the end of the day, you are thinking of amazing. Roma Pravina India, this is the solution for you. Just come to theaters, follow the solution with current study. You will be pleased to be done. And one more thing, I will say that you have reduced the amount of CPR and you have reduced and this completed the thought of impossibility and will be what Paramashiva is. After being a senior, please do follow the solution with Paramashiva and you will be completely healed. And yes, Maheshaya has spoken, Nithyananda, I want to scan kidney and go back. Because some days before, I was scanned and told by you about kidney stones and I am taking castor regularly instead, as solution given by you. Yet I have assumed that the solution given by Paramashiva and not only, why don't you go ahead and do the deep scan and begin to understand what is the status of and Parola first calculate I've done the body scan. You have restricted for a scan specifically for 10 and Paramashiva you are telling us only because of the amount of heat and toxins required in your body. Paramashiva means that you have to really cool down your body and you have to detox your body. There are a lot of toxins that is actually the reason for enemy and also along with heat. And Paramashiva thinking that the next 2 days sleep on the floor. Sleep on the floor and yoga mat in the seat, not on the bed. Sleep on the floor with a wet cloth on your stomach and apply castor oil on your legs. And nicely massage your legs, you will actually see the heat coming. One more solution is take onion and put it on your legs and wear socks. And then you see that the onion will actually be black because of the amount of toxins you have in your body, especially with this food. Please do this immediate detoxing and sleep on the floor for the next 2 days. And continue the solution and after 1 week and Maheshaya, one more solution is Paramashiva have a lot of heat in the body. Heat will reduce the amount of heat, which will also help you to reduce burn and this and also the specific solution is going to look at the on onion and you should put it on your feet and guys toxin right and you see that the toxin will be filled. One more thing is turmeric and oil. If you take coconut oil, you put turmeric and every day If you read the living in book, is that it's oil pulling, or if you take all the toxins and speak out of your body. These do the oil pulling solution and the heal, you will also see a drastic change. There is a communication. Ingo Horman has requested for body scanning to how to regrow it has to be. So yes, not only is the body scanning for Ingo Horman and see how we can regrow it has to be. Ma'am Mahajananda has posted. On Saturday 3rd, I revealed that Sister had anemia which caused the feeling of pain and collapse. What is the cause of anemia? Get permission to ask about this. Thank you. Yes, for surely I'll be doing a body scanning now. Paramashiva has revealed that Paramashiva has revealed that it is just low self-esteem. She feels she has a victim. She feels that any situation or anything is happening, she says, "Oh God, I feel the victim and everything." That is actually causing her to feel pain and collapse. It is not only the anemia. Anemia is also one of the things side effects. But it is not only that. It is because she has more sensitivity, she has to complete root current, root pattern, which is also causing a lot of heat and toxins in her body. The moment she completes with this, and she has to keep the wet cloth every day on her forehead, and with turmeric, and then a wet cloth on the forehead, she will be completely clean. And I request to come to you. Okay. Amazing. That is a beautiful solution. And Ingo, yeah, go ahead. The next time being Parashakti or Sundareshwara Paramashiva comes and graces us. Go ahead. Ask your question and then Parashakti will give an answer. Which you can please go ahead. And Maheshaya Ma Pravina Surya has posted that the voice is not clear. Sorry, Ma, I didn't see a comment as I was attending the previous comment. Really sorry for the technical glitch. I was not able to attend to all the comments because I was seeing the previous comments. Maheshaya has just not his permission at all to put on onion and yes, yes, my colleague, can you reveal what is the solution for Paramashiva? That the body is and when it will be and and continue everything on these for example, and after yes. And what Paramashiva revealed in my side was to do the coconut oil filling and onion during the session. And yes, I can see many people have posted that audio is not clear. We'll be right back with this and we'll be right back with the really completing the inconvenience.
Nithyananda, everyone. We apologize for the technical glitch and the inconvenience that happened. And if any of you are yet to get your body scan, you can come back every day at 2 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. IST for the body scanning. And with that, now we'll be getting into the next segment of the program where we will be learning about divine feminine consciousness, about who is Devi Parashakti. So we'll be first looking at the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka, which I will be chanting. सिन्दूरारुण विग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौली स्फुरते तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं मापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. And the translation for this verse is: the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with a triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies, studded with the crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup mead and the other twirling a red lotus. And this comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. And another verse which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka says, Arunam karunatarangadaakshim dhritapaashankushpushpabanachapam animadibhiravritam mayukaihi rahamityeva vibhavaye bhavanim. The translation for this verse is: I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the nose, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima Ferez, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. And Parashakti is the source power, the source from which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are going to merge. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Devi Parashakti herself is expressing and manifesting herself through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving wounds, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And Devi Parashakti beautifully reveals, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasha Swamini who's in Kailasha, Sri Parachintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here, to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmandayoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion and blessing, listen people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi Parashakti also reveals, she says, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as four Vedas, expanding beyond 6 chakras, filled as Gotras of 7 rishis, expanding as 8 directions, existing as 9 grahas, being as 11 Rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to tell and make truth blossom and to do good. Parashorasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. And now let's see how we can receive Devi Parashakti. So literally we're seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there on your screen. So always receive her in a very traditional manner. You can keep 2 beet leaves, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and a coin in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. And in the Hindu tradition, for those of you who don't know, a coin is actually considered the traditional Rakshana. It can be the lowest value. In India, it can even be just 1 paise. In the US, it can even be just a cent. Swami says, I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. And you can offer that to Devi Parashakti. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar and eat the banana, the beech leaf, and the beech nut, taking it as prasadam immediately. And the coins that you can collect, you can send it to the LA temple for the further procedures. And for those of you who now may be wondering, what exactly does this betel leaf and betel nut do to you? How does it benefit you, whether it's physically, emotionally, or mentally, or in any way? So this betel leaf and betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. And now all of you can see how you can set up your tambulam. So you can arrange the beet leaf, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin in a plate and keep the plate in front of the screen with all the items as you receive Devi Parashakti. And as all of you can see in the image, there are a few more additional items such as kumkum, turmeric, some glass bangles, some flowers, and a coconut. If you would like, you can also add these few additional items, but the 4 basic items that are kept as part of the tambulam is the beet leaf, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin. So you can arrange the items in a plate, keep it in front of the screen as you receive Devi Parashakti. And with that, we come to a conclusion of this segment where we have learned who is Devi Parashakti and what you need to do to receive her, how you can receive her in a very traditional way. And with that, we'll now be moving to the next segment of this program where all of you will be learning, all of us will be seeing and understanding what exactly Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings for the problems that the world is going through today, and how important it is for us to understand, internalize, and follow what Devi Parashakti has revealed. For the next segment, after a really short break, so please stay tuned, and we will, in the next segment, be seeing what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம். காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி,
Nithyananda, welcome back to viewers. Sorry for the delay. Let's enter into this next segment where we will understand some of the various revelations made by Devi Parashakti for humanity. Over the last several months, throughout this pralaya and this pandemic, Devi Parashakti has been continuously guiding us, continuously ensuring that we are staying protected, staying safe during this time. And Devi, out of her deepest compassion, has revealed the 8 steps to protect ourselves from COVID-19. And it is the compassion of the avatar that has manifested Devi Parashakti in the Guru Padaka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya. The very first verse describes how the Guru Padaka, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And in this verse, Adi Shankaracharya states, salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is the boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. Many of us have been feeling stuck throughout this pralaya, and in this same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during this pralaya, the great deluge. Our loved ones are dying due to the pandemic. Our homes are being destroyed due to the natural disasters. Social institutions are crumbling, and the whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need of hope. And it is at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has, out of his deepest compassion, as the incarnation of cosmic superconsciousness, having taken the responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and as literally the boat that sails us through this cosmic deluge. And Devi Parashakti herself has been manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also as humanity at large. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars, which have not surfaced to common knowledge as yet. And in this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which has manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and to start following as Devi continues to protect us until the storm ends and we are safely harbored at the shores of our. So let us understand what Devi has revealed as the 8 methods to protect ourselves from Corona on the 30th of April, 2021. So let's first watch the video of Devi's revelation.
Parashodasi Meenakshi, Parameshwari Meenakshi, Parashakti Meenakshi, இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் கிரகத்திருந்து நம் அனுக்கிரகத்தினால் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம் உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நல்லதைச் செய்திட, நன்மையைச் சொல்லிட, தர்மார்த்த காம மோக்ஷம் எனும் புருஷார்த்தங்கள் நாளும் பொங்கி மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மாந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல் 1, சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல் 2, எங்கெல்லாம் என் மகமாரி வடிவத்தில் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜபா ஜபமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் 6, நிறைவான பூரண மனத்தோடு வாழைப்பழத்தோலும் வெங்காயமும் குதிகாலில் வைத்து பத்திட்டு நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7, பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இருப்பது 8 எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் பயமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்கமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம்மோடு நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். 8இல் 1 செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்.
So let us look at Devi Parashakti's revelations mapped into English. Devi revealed, "Oh, humans, don't be scared of the deadly infection corona. Through these 8 ways, praying and meditating on me, surrendering to me through social media, wherever I'm residing, worshiping me by doing the fire walking, applying turmeric in the chest, drinking neem juice and meditating on me every day, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss, doing the ajaba ajaba of the cosmic sound, Shiva, 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 with complete mind, applying banana peel and onion in the heels, and going to sleep, and being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting in the Arunachala Purana that blossoms as aham, aham in the state of Ananda Purana. Everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways, they will not have effects of corona. They don't have fear and delusion of corona. You will live with prosperity, with wisdom and fortune. Me with you, you as me as you. You will live good life even if you do one of these 8 ways. I will protect you. Corona will not reach you. Don't have fear, people. Be blissful. Devi, in these revelations, has revealed the 8 methods to protect all of us from COVID-19. Let us now go through each revelation, each method, and see the benefits and science behind each. The first method is praying and meditating on me, Devi Parashakti. And science has already seen the numerous benefits of praying and meditation. And in Healthline, they have stated the 12 benefits of meditation, which include reducing stress, controlling anxiety, promoting emotional health, enhancing self-awareness, lengthening the attention span, and it may reduce age-related memory loss. It can generate kindness. It may help fight addictions. It improves sleep. It helps control pain, and it can decrease the blood pressure, and can make it's extremely accessible anywhere, so anyone can do it. And in a recent study published in the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, it has stated the benefit of meditation and its direct benefits on both physical and mental health. And another study done by the Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of crisis, such as COVID-19. So let's understand how prayer and spirituality protects the emotional health. This was a study published in Everyday Health, and it has revealed that prayer and meditation offer a bigger sense of purpose, provide social support, lift the spirit, and help you cope with difficulties. And a study published on September 2015 in Health Psychology found that when researchers followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those who reported feeling spiritual peace and who also made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more likely to live longer than their peers. And people with major depressive disorder or chronic medical illnesses who report high levels of religiosity including daily religious experiences, generally become more optimistic than their peers. And a study published in July 2015 in Depression and Anxiety. So the avatar himself has directly demonstrated how meditation can impact the mind. So let us watch that video now.
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President, COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that, because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into this one. 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here. Right in the middle. Probably an inch and a half, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was, Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that right here? So what's interesting was, I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure. If you eat, the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. Interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of the states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that, this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
And now that we've understood the impact of meditation on the brain directly, let us now understand what the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed about prayer and puja and how it can literally change your life. So let us watch that video now.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do every day puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Every day puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. Is a piece of God. Literally.
Now that we've understood the now see the second step for protecting yourself from COVID-19, surrendering to Devi Parashakti through social media. So let's understand how we can do this. During the Akashic readings, Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her through various social media platforms and attends individually through our prayers and showers us with the blessings and boons. Let us now see how we can connect Devi Parashakti through social media. So the first way is to become a member of the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And for membership, you can go ahead and just go to the YouTube channel and click join. And then once you have joined, during the live Akashic readings of Devi Parashakti, you can ask your questions in the comment section and ensure that you are being attended to by Devi Parashakti. And the next way is by liking and following the Kailasa's SBJGM Nithyananda Paramashivam page. And you can go ahead and just click like and follow on the Kailasa's SBJGM Nithyananda Paramashivam page. And you can also ask your questions in the Facebook page during the live Akashic reading. And then you can also follow us on the Sri Nithyananda Twitter handle. And once you do that, you can ask your questions during the live Devi Parashakti Akashic reading in reply section of the tweet with Ask the Avatar, with hashtag Ask the Avatar. And you can also follow us on the Sri Nithyananda Instagram page, and you can ask your questions in the comment section of the post. And you can also ask your questions on WhatsApp. You can go to kailasa.org, and then you can see the WhatsApp chat that pops up on the side. On the left-hand side, you can see there. And you can ask your questions in the WhatsApp chat as well. All of these ways, Devi Parashakti will directly see your questions, and whether she answers or does not answer, rest assured you will be attended by Devi Parashakti. Let us look at the step 3. Wherever I reside, worshiping me by fire, by doing the fire walking. And our rishis and munis have been, fire walking is an alchemy process, and our rishis and munis have been adept and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society safe in every field. So the Varitam Puja, spiritual technique, religious rituals, anything they designed is highly scientific and directly useful to the life. Coronavirus will not affect you. This is in the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. To fire walking, coronavirus will not affect you at all, because that fire walking time, that small blisters you get, just shoots up your whole immunity. That power, the power to protect yourself from any virus or any problem, it's actually a powerful technique. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this season. Especially that is done very traditionally, systematically. If you had even small blisters, and even if you did not have any blisters, you are protected already from corona problems. You will not be affected at all. Corona will not work on you. It will not affect you. And don't worry, it's a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it's a traditional vaccination process. It's 11 feet length, a burning live charcoal on which you are supposed to walk with the traditional powerful music, which activates your lymphatic system. And that mukulam, we call it in the back of the neck, the music will feel like it is hitting the back of your neck, and your whole detox system will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that you will walk, you will first awaken, trigger the detox system, and then walk on fire. The 11 feet fire pit, and this is in a satsang about fire walking. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed this. If you do one fire walking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Mahamariam and do fire walking. That's it. It's a traditional, powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti Mahamari. Do the Pachipatni Vratam. Do this traditional fire walking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic. No bad side effect vaccination is the Hindu fire walking. So let us understand the science behind fire walking, revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself.
All these transmutation processes means balancing the system and awakening the whole consciousness to your whole body is what I call transmutation processes. Some parts of your body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet, continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive. They don't become, they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for a complete Kundalini awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality and ability to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of firewalking.
Now let us watch the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism himself doing the fire walking in Tiruvannamalai, the birthplace of the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism.
சத்தியம் காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் வணங்கிடும் ஆதியும் நீயே ஜோதிமலையிலே அவதரித்தாயே அவனியை பேணும் ஞானமும் நீயே அக்னி வடிவிலே அருள் புரிந்தாயே தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி கருமங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய் கருமங்கிட வந்தாய் நித்யானந்த தர்மம் வந்தாய் தீனிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி.
Now that we've seen the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism himself doing the firewalking, let us understand what science has studied about firewalking in a study conducted by the U.S. National Study of Medicine, the National Institute of Health, regarding the various effects and benefits of firewalking. It has revealed that firewalkers hide and can affect the physiological response in an extreme collective ritual. And this study establishes how the firewalking increases higher levels of happiness and lower fatigue levels compared to, for people who participate in firewalking, compared to those who do not participate in firewalking. And the step 4 for protecting yourself from corona is applying turmeric on the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on Devi Parashakti every day. So let us understand, in the words of the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism himself, the benefits of neem juice.
Bididi. It is not, I'm not talking from air, I'm talking from ground. In Bididi, before we came to that land, 30 borewells were dug, no water. Now, from the dim till now, we have water for 10,000 people to live comfortably in that very land. It's only pouring, pouring. Karumari's grace. wherever we started ashram. Nature completely cooperates because we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, just start drinking bitter neem juice every morning. The problem will be solved. Understand, if you are irritated, even if you don't react, even if you don't talk to people, you release that kind of vibes. Take Haritaki. You will see you release sweet kind of vibes. Take neem juice. You release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies turmeric powder and takes bath, is equivalent to Karumari Mahamayi. That neem paste and turmeric powder, if a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamayi. She is embodiment of Karumari because she will be manifesting that same vibes of Karumari. I sincerely recommend people start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying haritaki powder and taking bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both all genders. That is different. If you want specific, I'll recommend the neem and turmeric for female body, haritaki and basma for male body. Understand, your whole biology things. Working on whole biology changes the whole life. So, now with this understanding the whole biology things, think Mahavagya. This is Ajapa Ajapa. Think Mahavagya. With the understanding your whole biology thinks. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Blessings to all of you. Start manifesting powers now.
So the primary ingredient in turmeric is curcumin, which is for its anti-inflammatory effects. And over the last 2 decades, it has been studied extensively and it has been shown to be a potent immunomodulator, which can modulate the activation of T cells, B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells, which are all immune cells. And curcumin can also downregulate the expression of various pro-inflammatory cytokines, including TNF, IL-1, IL-2, IL-6, IL-8, IL-12, and chemokines. And this can be most likely done through inactivation of the transcription factor NF-kappa B. So essentially, curcumin and turmeric has the effects of regulating the immune system and the activation of immune cells, and it can also enhance the body's antibody responses. So this strength helps you stay healthy. And neem has been shown to fight against coronavirus. In Ayurveda, it is very well known for its potent properties and can be helpful in fighting against coronavirus. And turmeric neem have also been effective against coronavirus, according to a study in KGMU. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program. And we've learned the first 4 steps for protecting yourself from COVID-19. And you can stay tuned for the next segment, where we will be going through the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. We will continue learning about the 8 methods in the program tomorrow. And we'll be moving on to the next segment, where we will understand the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti are done out of love and gratitude, just to say thank you and I love you to the divine cosmic mother.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி.
Yes. So let us understand the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti and how we can connect with Devi Parashakti more deeply. Devi is the completion of both the masculine and feminine consciousness. And both consciousness have to be expressed equally by every human to experience enlightenment. And until enlightenment, only the masculine dimension expresses more than the feminine dimension, irrespective of whether they are in the male or female bodies. And every being has to complete with these 5 dimensions to achieve enlightenment. The Pitrus are the ancestors, the Kula Devatas or the family deities, the parents, the nature, and of course, Guru himself, who will be bestowing enlightenment upon you. And incompletions are life negative and adharmic cognition in the 5 dimensions that lead to misconstrued karana and karya, the cause and effect. And this further leads to suffering and pain and calamities in individual, personal, and collective and global levels. Being sensitive is being aware and in gratitude to life for everything from the air that we breathe, to the place that we sit, to the energy that we feel that we exist, to the energy to celebrate our existence. And these 43 energies constitute our human body. And when all 43 are integrated to Dharma, one becomes enlightened. Dharma is the cosmic motherly completion and sensitivity from the level of the Panchabhutas. And this is the core principle of the cosmos. Awakening the sacred feminine is key to enlightenment. When awakened, man expresses the sacred feminine consciousness. He becomes a great revered leader. When awakened, woman expresses the sacred feminine consciousness. She becomes Devi, the cosmic mother, expressing power. And the key to awaken the sacred feminine consciousness is conscious sovereignty. Out of millions of paths, the easiest, sweetest, and most beautiful path to enlightenment is connecting with the cosmos as mother, Devi Parashakti, the cosmic feminine consciousness. And Devi is the one who expresses as Guru all the gods and all the manifestations of the universe. She can straight away deliver enlightenment by connecting through the cosmic umbilical cord. And offerings are not to benefit the divine, but to close the gap with the divine consciousness. When we achieve completion with the Divine Mother, her infinite powers with her sweet grace starts nourishing all of our dimensions through the cosmic umbilical cord. And there's nothing too small or too big one can offer to connect with the Divine Mother. It has to be from a space of love, of a child looking at a mother and handing her what it has to share with her out of deep love and gratitude. It can be a cup of milk or a flower, or it can be a precious jewel to adorn her smiling face or her hair. The Vedic rishis have clearly stated the technique to connect with the sacred feminine consciousness to awaken the same qualities in us. One can connect with Paramashiva through oneness, but with the divine cosmic mother, it is only by worshiping her divine lotus feet. And mother worship is the most non-violent, most peace-centered, most healing, soothing, and sweetest path to enlightenment among all traditions on planet Earth. Worshipping includes contemplating, meditating through sacred offerings and mantras, and the oblations at her sacred feet. Yes, and as we have stated, mother worship is the sweetest path to enlightenment. So why the divine feminine? Because she is the ultimate, and she can make us experience the ultimate. And the Pramana from the Rig Veda for Devi Parashakti translates, I walk as the 11 Rudras, I walk as the Vasus, I walk as Vishnu and other Adityas, and all the divine forms, the Vishvadevas, assuming the form of the inner self of all the gods. I hold aloft Mitra and Varuna, and even as Indra and Agni, I do, and the Ashwini twins do. And the Ekadasha Rudras, Maharudra, Ashtavasus, Dvadasha Adityas, the Vishvadevatas, all of them are my retinue. I move around in my various forms with them as my retinue. I protect all of them, including Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Agni, Ashwini Devatas. Devi declares herself as the inner self of all the gods, the divine energies. She is all pervading and all permeating. And we too, to experience the divine energy of Devi permeating in all dimensions of our lives. When we offer our love, our gratitude to Devi Parashakti, the first offering that we can make is the E-Hundi offering, which is a general donation. And you can make this out of your love, your gratitude for Devi Parashakti, because Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all fears. And if there is any fear in the minds of the devotees, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn, and this is not the autumn this season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards, and the role of the divine becomes much more prominent. The need for Devi Parashakti worship becomes much stronger, and Devi is described as the one who bestows happiness on all her devotees. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika, and your name shall be chanted during the puja to Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Sankalpa chanting, which is the offering of your conscious resolution. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it describes, let the mantras I chant with the sacrifice in my soul become chanting of your name. Let all my movements become auspicious mantras. Let my travel become perambulation around thee. Let the act of eating and drinking become the fire offering, the oblations in the Homa Yajna to thee. Let all my acts of sleeping become salutations to you, and let all actions of pleasure of mine become part of your worship. So when you offer, this is the space that you can offer the Sankalpa chanting. You will see that Devi will bless in all dimensions of your life, and will bless both the unasked and asked, remembered and forgotten wishes to manifest in every aspect of your life by the grace of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Devi Sahasranama Swarnapatra, which is the gold coin inscribed with the names of Devi Parashakti. So when you offer this, each coin will have the name of Devi Parashakti, which represents the various qualities and aspects of Devi Parashakti, whether it's her infinite knowledge, her overflowing compassion, or her beauty and grace. You will be blessed with awakening all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the various divine attributes and powers of Devi Parashakti. Next offering is the Mukta Amruti, and this is the nose ring that you can offer to Devi Parashakti. And you, in the Devi Suktam, it describes, let the goddess who brings good fortune, who is praised by the gods, who is served by Devendra, who is praised by the Devas, troubled by the Asuras, who is praised and remembered, as devotion to her solves all, who is the source of all good in the world. Let that goddess destroy all obstacles. So when you offer this, you receive the blessings for protection from all dangers and fears from Devi Parashakti herself. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, which is the golden lotus. And it's stated that Devi is the one who bestows accomplishments and intellect, who showers worldly prosperity. Devi is the one who powers the subtle mantra of the cosmos. I bow down to you, O Devi Mahalakshmi. And when you offer this Swarna Padma Pushpa, you will be blessed with attracting positive relationships in both personal and business dimensions. The next offering is the Swarna Mekhi, which is the offering of the gold toe ring to Devi Parashakti. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it states, Lord Brahma, the creator of yours, selects a dust from your feet and creates this whole world. The great Adishesha, with his 1,000 heads, somehow carries a dust of your feet with great effort. And the great Lord Rudra takes it and powders it nicely and uses it as holy ash. When you offer this Swarnamati, the golden toe ring, you will be blessed with a life of leadership qualities by offering this worship to Devi. And you can achieve this by even worshiping a tiny grain of dust from her feet. The Meti is a gold toe ring to worship by adorning the divine lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. The next mantika, the gold hairline jewelry. And it is stated that Devi is the one who makes the nectar flow from the Sahasrara and to the Anya and permeates through all the 72,000 nadis to give us the ultimate experience of the cosmos. And when you offer the mantika, you will be blessed for living an enlightened lifestyle. The next offering is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, which is the most favorite offering of all the devotees and disciples of the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. And when the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, your very own Guru, is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself, you are most blessed to be able to offer the Pratiksha Pada Puja. And Adi Shankaracharya has explained the benefits of worshipping the divine lotus feet of the Guru. And he explains, my repute has traveled in all directions through my philanthropy and prowess. All things of this world are in my hands as rewards for virtue. Yet if one's mind be not centered upon the lotus feet of the Guru, what then, what then, what then? And Devi is the Guru, the feminine consciousness, the one beyond the idea of male and female. The most auspicious offering to Guru, the dimension of the Cosmic Mother, is the offering of the Pratiksha Pada Puja. And when you offer this, you will be blessed with the most sweetest path to enlightenment. The next offering that you can make is the Vastra Seva, which is the offering of cloth to the Guru. And you can offer the Vastram to the dimension of the Cosmic Mother manifesting in your very own Guru during the Pratiksha Pada Puja, and you will be bestowed with the sweetest, most intimate path to enlightenment with complete protection. And here you can see all of the various offerings. And you can visit the Nithyanandeshwara. You can visit gateway.nithyanandeshwarahindutemple.org/NHTLA, and you can direct yourself to the Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan donation page. And here is what the donation page looks like. You can see whichever option you would like. It is in the drop-down menu. You can see the various options. You can choose whichever option you would like, whether it's the Varna Padma Pushpa or the Pratiksha Pada Puja, and you can offer as many as you would like. If you would like to offer one for yourself or one for your siblings, you are welcome to do that. And you can proceed to the checkout, and you can see this is what your cart will look like. Once that is done, you can proceed to the checkout. And you can fill out all of your billing details just as you would for any other online order. And once that is done, you can go ahead and place your order, and you can offer your seva. Once this is done, you can also fill out the tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021 form, where you can fill out your names and the names of your loved ones to ensure that your names are chanted during the offering to Devi Parashakti. And you can also sign up to become a member of the Kailasa's SB channel. You can become an e-Kailashian. Very simple process. You just go to YouTube and the Kailasa's SB Nithyananda page, and you can click join, which will give you the option of bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and premium. And you can choose whichever e-Kailashian level you would like to be, and whichever suits you best. And each level offerings and benefits and exclusive content, and it's a very simple process. You can pay directly through YouTube through your credit card or your PayPal option. And once that is done, you will have the opportunity to ask your questions live during the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading in the YouTube comments and be directly seen by Devi Parashakti. And then here again, we have the gateway.nithyanandeshwarahindutemple.org/NHTLA. This is the link where you can visit to make your offering today to the Parashakti. So with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program, and we'll be entering into the next segment where we will understand how the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has been continuously protecting humanity during this Pralaya. As many of you have heard, the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has opened up all Kailasas in India for the multi-layer quarantine. And this includes both free food, free accommodations, free internet, and much more. And the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has been continuously offering various activities in the Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita. So we have the administrators of Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita here with us today to share with us the various activities and programs that the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has made available at Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita, and how the Supreme Concept of Hinduism has created this beautiful ecosystem to not only protect all the residents and everyone from COVID-19, but to also create a beautiful ambiance for your consciousness to flower during this time when most people are suffering through this pandemic, are facing mental health issues, physical issues, and so many problems. All of the blessed beings who are living in Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita and the other Kailasas in India are blessed to be protected directly by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. So we have Ma Nithya Pranapriyananda today joining us. So thank you so much, Ma. She will be guiding us through all of the activities that are happening at Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us.
Thank you, Nithyanandam, everyone. So today we're going to see a couple of very interesting segments in our Holistic COVID Care Protection Center, glimpses in the Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapita. First, let us look into the world today, where younger adults are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety and or the younger adults are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. You can see here, the 56% of people from the age 18 to 24 are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety or the depressive disorder, as opposed to 30% of people who are above 65 years who reported the depressive disorder. You can see here very clearly in 2019, the average share of adults reporting the symptoms of anxiety disorder is 11%. But just in a couple of years, it has increased at least 3-fold times. It is 41% in January 2021. The share of adults reporting the symptoms, yes, we just saw the same stats. Now, how are you feeling? What employees feel or say that they feel more than half the time at work? 34% of them feel extremely tired and stressed. 27% of them feel they are burnt out. 22% of them feel they are discouraged. 19% of them feel they are distracted. 17% of them feel they are depressed. Nearly 8 in 10 adults say that the corona pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10 people say that they've experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. 1 in 4 essential workers diagnosed with the mental disorder since the start of the pandemic. Of the healthcare workers who treated the patients during China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% of them showed the signs of depression, 45% of them showed the signs of anxiety. Before pandemic, it is 15% of them who has shown depression and 29% of them have shown anxiety, especially in the case of the pregnant mother. 40% of them have shown depression during the pandemic, and 72% of them have shown anxiety issues during the pandemic. You can clearly see it is at least 2 to 3-fold time increase in the percentage of population experiencing depression and anxiety, especially the target group here being pregnant women.
Oh, and it is also shown a blue picture that it has reached you and you've seen it to the Yes, sir. Sign the
You can see here, as on August 19, 2021, the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic had spread to 6 continents and 4.4 million people had died after contracting the respiratory virus. You can see here, this is cumulative confirmed COVID-19 cases per million population. And now the Delta variant. What are the things that you need to know about the Delta variant? The Delta variant of COVID-19 had been a variant of concern by World Health Organization because of its high transmissibility. Where the Delta variant is identified, it quickly and efficiently spreads between people. As on 10th of August, the Delta variant has been reported in 142 countries and is expected to continue spreading. The Delta variant is highly contagious, more than 2 times contagious as the previous variants. The Delta variant might cause more severe illness than the previous strains in unvaccinated persons. In 2 different studies from Canada and Scotland, patients infected with the Delta variant were more likely to be hospitalized than patients infected with Alpha or the original.
Oh, sir. Okay, sir.
What do you need to know about the Delta variant? Fully vaccinated people with Delta variant breakthrough infections can spread the virus to others. However, vaccinated people appear to be infectious for a shorter period of time.
Yes, sir.
Over 16,000 COVID-19 samples were sent for whole genome sequencing in July or August center. The Union Health Ministry said that there have been some media reports alleging that genome sequencing and analysis of COVID-19 declined sharply in India, even as the cases of diseases continue to rise. India records around 39,000 new COVID cases and 219 deaths in 24 hours. This is as on September 6th. A total of 43,903 patients were recovered from COVID-19 in last 24 hours, bringing India's total recoveries to 3.2 million people, and India's recovery rate stands at 97.44% currently. The weekly positivity rate in the country is 2.58%, and it has been less than 3% for the last 73 days. The daily positivity rate is 2.76% currently. Amidst the daily increase of nearly 30,000 cases of COVID-19, the deadly Nipah virus has hit Kerala, prompting the state to further heighten the alertness of its health machinery to prevent an outbreak of a different infection. The southern state witnessed a localized outbreak of 63 cases of Zika virus in July that were mostly confined to Thiruvananthapuram. However, need not be concerned by the spread of Nipah infection, as preventive measures like the use of masks and PPE kits. About 3/4 months of 3/4 of people infected in Massachusetts COVID-19 outbreak were fully vaccinated according to new data that's been published on Friday. Now let us watch this video on how impactful, how much of effect and toll it takes on the medical fraternity who especially handle the COVID-19.
We have to literally manage patients at home with oxygen. And this is not something we are enjoying. So I really want all of you to follow a few things that I really, अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आपको 1 साल से कोरोना नहीं हुआ है इसलिए आप कोई सुपर हीरो हो या आपकी इम्यूनिटी बहुत अच्छी है और आपको ऐसे कुछ नहीं होगा तो आप गलत फहमी में हो. हम यंग लोगों को देख रहे हैं. I mean, we have a 35-year-old who's on the ventilator and we are not able to help people now. So we do not want, we really don't want any of you to be in that situation. So, sorry. I think ये जो emotional breakdown है हम डॉक्टर्स में अब सबको कोई ना कोई समय हो रहा है because we've not been we have to literally manage patients at home with oxygen.
So private sector being involved and more testing being done is good because I have always suspected from day one that the numbers which are being declared and announced are just the tip of the iceberg, and I have said it 2 days back also on your show that the real numbers are many times more, and there is infection which is simmering in the community and it's there waiting to explode any day. And I must share with you that I just read half an hour back that today about 30 people have tested positive in NIV Pune. Now this is something I read on the internet. I do not know whether it is correct or not, but if it's correct, it's a very serious matter. I have also read about somebody in AIMS Bhopal who is a positive case having come in contact with a large number of doctors about which the Resident Doctors Association have complained. Now, Vishnu, these are clear-cut indicators of what is happening at the community level. If anyone today says that this is still in stage 2, we have not yet hit stage 3, I think he is just closing his eyes to the reality which is glaring at us. The reality is that there is, I think we've already moved from 2 to stage 3, and it's just a matter of few days before this bomb explodes in front of our eyes.
Doctor, when you say when this bomb explodes in front of our eyes, what is it that we will see? Will we see a sharp spike in cases, or will we see a sharp spike in death rates?
Vishnu, if you track the numbers that are increasing for the last 10 days, first we had few cases, no death. Then we had 5 to 6 per day increase in the number of cases. And then we had little more increase in the number of cases. And if you look at the number of cases added in the last 24 hours, it's the largest number added in the last 2 weeks. Yesterday, the number was around 156 or 160. I'm talking of the reported cases. And today we are touching 250. So roughly 70, 80 declared cases added in the last 24 hours, which is the largest increase. So not only are the numbers increasing, but the increase in the numbers of numbers is also increasing. And this just is reflective of a large volume of cases which are there out there in the society. And I guess by Wednesday or Thursday or latest by the next weekend, this bomb will explode in front of us. And when it happens, when you have a large number of people falling sick, as has been said. Now look at that graphic.
Yep.
The largest increase in the number of cases has been today. This
Yes.
could be more tomorrow. This could be still more day after tomorrow. And I don't think we need artificial intelligence to figure out where this graph will ultimately lead to. So we are just a few days away from a very, very serious, maybe Spain or Italy or China-like situation. And when we have a large number of cases infected, of course, majority of them will be mild, but given our population density, given that a large number of people in our country suffer from undernutrition, various lung ailments, diabetes is so common in our country, heart disease is so common, and the kind of health resources, health infrastructure we have at the periphery, I don't think, again, we need artificial intelligence to be able to figure out that these large number of cases will also convert into a large number of deaths, which is now not too far away for us to be seeing. The writing is there on the wall. If we still want to close our eyes, the choice is ours.
Hun- 100,000 more COVID deaths are seen unless US changes its ways. Behavior is really going to determine if, when and how sustainably the current waves subsidizes, says Lauren Ansel Mears, director of University of Texas COVID-19 Modeling Consortium. The current 7-day moving average of daily new COVID-19 cases in US was over 150,000 people, up 4.9% from the previous week. COVID-19 is a threat to peace building in conflict-affected nations. COVID-19 crisis has worsened the already fragile situations. The new strain of COVID-19 detected in 6 new countries. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic isn't over yet, and new highly mutated COVID C1.2 strain is being discovered in South Africa. It is a testimony to say how dangerously the virus can adapt to bypass the vaccines when the world decides to reopen prematurely. The C1.2 variant has been termed the world's most mutated variant since the beginning of the pandemic. The new COVID variant C.1.2 causes flutter. The World Health Organization says that it is watching. The World Health Organization has said that to date, there are 100 sequences of C.1.2 reported globally, from earliest reports from May 2021 from South Africa, and currently it does not appear to be increasing in circulation. The new variant was first found in South Africa in May. Researchers from South Africa has described the C.1.2 variant, which has 40 to 59 mutations, more than the original Wuhan virus. In its spike protein, there are 14 mutants, which include the usual suspects. A group of Japanese researchers said that a new mutation of COVID-19 Delta variant had been discovered for the first time in the country. Local media reported on Tuesday that the mutation was found when a patient infected with Delta variant visited the institute earlier this month. Genetic analysis revealed that this mutation, as per this mutation, only 8 cases of mutation has been reported outside Japan. C.1.2 variant of COVID is found in 7 countries, can be more than what we considered as infectious. Know if vaccines will work against this new mutation. Amidst the concerns over the possible third wave of COVID-19, researchers in Singapore have detected a new variant of deadly virus C.1.2, which is said to be more infectious than the Delta variant, which triggered the devastating second COVID wave. The variant was first found in South Africa, but now has spread to many countries. This new variant is more infectious as it seems to be more transmissible. First detected in South Africa in May, and till now it has found in 7 countries, including China, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mauritius, England, New Zealand, Portugal, and Switzerland. Dr. Samiran Panda, the head of epidemiology and communicable diseases at Indian Council of Medical Research, says that the states which did not face an intense second COVID wave are now with the increasing trend of COVID cases. This early signs of a third wave. Several states began imposing COVID-19 restrictions and increased the vaccinations, learning from Delhi and Maharashtra. Due to this, the second wave in several states were not as intense, leaving scope for a third wave. Therefore, increasing number of COVID-19 infections in some states presently is indicated as the third wave. You can see here number of media articles talking about how the cremations continue in India as the death toll increases.
But today we saw startling new evidence of the ravages of the pandemic in India. Now, it was already a dire situation, the government reporting more than 415,000 people have died. But most infectious disease experts agree the real toll is almost certainly much higher. Today, the Washington-based Center for Global Development released the most comprehensive study on the impact of the coronavirus in India. And as feared, it says India's death toll could be a staggering 10 times higher than the Delhi. Now, that would mean 4.7 million additional deaths from the start of the pandemic until June of this year. And just a few months ago, India saw a devastating rise in infections driven largely by the more infectious Delta variant. Well, joining us now is one of the authors of that report. Akashic Anand is a graduate of Harvard's Kennedy School, and he has worked as a policy analyst for the Indian government. He joins me tonight from Delhi. It's good to have you on the program. We knew that India's COVID-related deaths were higher than the official figures, but were you surprised? Were you shocked at what came out of your research? I mean, we're talking about nearly 5 million extra deaths.
Yeah, we were surprised, to be frank, because
inadequacy of modern healthcare, and need for holistic solution. Holistic solution need. During the Ebola outbreak in West Africa in 2014, more people died from the interruption of social services and economic background than from the virus itself. This should not have happened, and the world cannot let it happen. As the world enters the deepest global recession since the Great Depression, we need to connect health needs to social, economic, and environmental. Need to ensure that the essential health services are still available, and need to protect the health systems, need to protect need to promote social cohesion and community-led resilience and response systems, a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship between humans and their surrounding ecosystems is inter alia, the answer to more resilient economies and societies. UN efforts for health first, protecting health services and systems during the crisis. Health systems are being overwhelmed by COVID-19 outbreak. When health systems collapse, deaths from outbreak itself can quickly be exceeded by deaths from preventable or treatable conditions no longer managed by the failing health system. It is therefore crucial to maintain the essential life-saving health services even while addressing the pandemic. At least half of the world still do not have full coverage to essential health services, and about 100 million people are still being pushed to extreme poverty because of health issues. There are two-phase strategy. First is targeted actions to allow the countries to maintain essential life-saving health services even as they surge to meet the spike in demand for acute care. Second is contemporary effort targeting health systems recovery, preparedness, and strengthening with a focus on primary health care and universal health coverage and preparedness for future waves of COVID-19.
Of a temple, where scenario for most nations. But this is horror on another scale entirely. The car park of a temple, where families who've been turned away from emergency rooms take their dying.
और 5 मिनट देखो अभी 85 है सर, आप थोड़ी देर उनको रोको तो सही, देखो तो सही कि स्टेबल हो रहा नहीं हो रहा, ऑक्सीजन दवा नहीं होती, इतना घबराओ मत, पैनिक मत करो.
These are some of the most distressing scenes we've witnessed during the course of our reporting. And this isn't even a hospital. It's a Sikh temple where they're just helping out with oxygen and basic care. It's 45 degrees and it's so hot that the volunteers cannot even wear their PPEs. And people just keep coming and coming and coming. And there's just no room at any of the local hospitals for the people who are here.
In ordinary times, they distribute free meals here. But there's nothing ordinary about what is happening to these families. At least 12 people die outside this temple every day. They brought him here. The doctor isn't hopeful. He advises Vipin to keep looking for a hospital. But their ambulance driver is out of ideas. Help is arriving here slowly, in tiny amounts. India's deadly second wave has forced the nation's supply chain of oxygen far beyond its limit. And every avoidable death heaps more pressure on Narendra Modi's government. More accusations that he failed to prepare his country for this. Surjit Singh Sandhu volunteers here at great risk. Many of those helping out are testing positive for COVID themselves. He puts his faith in his temple.
देखो साड़ी सरकार ये बैठी है बाबा नानक ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ 500 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ
Hope comes from the patients they do manage to save.
ठीक है अच्छी है माता जी चिंता मत करो कितने पैसे थे 30 पे 77 है अरे इतनी ऑक्सीजन खाई माता जी कोई बात नहीं चलो खाते रहो
So scarce are supplies, people are flooding social media and phoning hospitals across New Delhi searching for canisters. Srinivas, president of the Indian Youth Congress, has set up a war room in his office. His team coordinates requests for oxygen, hospital beds and drugs. 100 volunteers man the phones. The few hours a night they do manage to sleep are spent in the office. Across the capital, Mohammed Shamim is also run off his feet. He's an undertaker at a Muslim cemetery, like his father and grandfather before him. He thought he had seen it all. Then the second wave hit.
ऐसा है माहौल तो ऐसा है जनाब कि हमारे जो कब्रिस्तान की जो ब्लॉक है कोविड ब्लॉक है वो तकरीबन सारा भर चुका है लेकिन ये है कि बस जो थोड़ी बहुत जगहें बची हुई हैं तो उन्हीं जगहों में हम जो उन जगहों को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं हॉल पे आप देख सकते हो कब्र से कब्र मिला के खोदी जा रही है अब तो कि जगह को ज़रा सा भी हम वेस्ट नहीं जाने दे रहे हैं
Up to 20 bodies arrive each day, he says. Far more. By the end of the week, there will be no here.
Hello.
Calls come in from 6 a.m. until midnight.
कोविड से हुआ उनका भी ठीक है ले आइए हाँ लेके आ जाइए हाँ वहीं ले आइए मैं जो भी कुछ हो करा दूँगा टेंशन नहीं मेरे टीम वर्कर हैं मेरे और भी स्टाफ के लोग हैं उन लोगों को भी ज़िंदगी में ऐसा कभी हमने देखने को नहीं मिला जो इस बार हमें देखने को मिल रहा है ना तो रोज़े रख पा रहे हैं ना ही किसी तरीके से कुछ कर पा रहे हैं बस वहीं से कपड़ा छोड़ो थोड़ा सा झुक जाओ
Crematoriums are running out of space too. Makeshift funeral pyres burn around the clock. The death toll in parts of India, both metropolitan and rural, is staggering. And worse still, the number of lives lost here so far is almost certainly vastly underreported. hospitals have been the worst case COVID scenario for most nations. But this is horror on another scale entirely. The car park of a temple, where families who've been turned away from emergency rooms take their dying.
और 5 मिनट देखो अभी 85 है सर, आप थोड़ी देर उनको रोको तो सही, देखो तो सही कि स्टेबल हो रहा नहीं हो रहा, ऑक्सीजन दवा नहीं होती, इतना घबराओ मत, पैनिक मत करो.
These are some of the most distressing scenes we've witnessed during the course of our reporting. And this isn't even a hospital. It's a Sikh temple where they're just helping out with oxygen and basic care. It's 45 degrees and it's so hot that the volunteers cannot even wear their PPEs. And people just keep coming and coming and coming. And there's just no room at any of the local hospitals for the people who are here.
In ordinary times, they distribute free meals here. But there's nothing ordinary about what is happening to these families. At least 12 people die outside this temple every day. Today, Preeti Gautam is praying her father is not one of them. She and her brother Vipin panicked when he could no longer breathe on his own at home. They tried taking him to different hospitals, but there were no beds. So they brought him here. The doctor isn't hopeful. He advises Vipin to keep looking for a hospital. But their ambulance driver is out of ideas. Help is arriving here slowly, in tiny amounts. India's deadly second wave has forced the nation's supply chain of oxygen far beyond its limit. And every avoidable death heaps more pressure on Narendra Modi's government. More accusations that he failed to prepare his country for this. Surjit Singh Sandhu volunteers here at great risk. Many of those helping out are testing positive for COVID themselves. He puts his faith in his temple.
ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ 500 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ
Hope comes from the patients they do manage to save.
ठीक है अच्छी है माता जी चिंता मत करो कितने पे आए थे 30 पे 77 है अरे इतनी ऑक्सीजन खाई माता जी कोई बात नहीं चलो खाते रहो
So scarce are supplies, people are flooding social media and phoning hospitals across New Delhi searching for canisters. Srinivas, president of the Indian Youth Congress, has set up a war room in his office. His team coordinates requests for oxygen, hospital beds, and drugs. 100 volunteers man the phones. The few hours a night they do manage to sleep are spent in the office. Across the capital, Mohammed Shamim is also run off his feet. He's an undertaker at a Muslim cemetery, like his father and grandfather before him. He thought he had seen it all. Then the second wave hit.
ऐसा है माहौल तो ऐसा है जनाब कि हमारे जो कब्रिस्तान की जो ब्लॉक है कोविड ब्लॉक है वो तकरीबन सारा भर चुका है लेकिन ये है कि बस जो थोड़ी बहुत जगहें बची हुई हैं तो उन्हीं जगहों में हम जो उन जगहों को इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और बल्कि आप देख सकते हो कब्र से कब्र मिला के खोदी जा रही है अब तो कि जगह को ज़रा सा भी हम वेस्ट नहीं जाने दे रहे हैं
Up to 20 bodies arrive each day, he says. Far more young people than last time. By the end of the week, there will be no space left here.
हेलो
Calls come in from 6 a.m. until midnight.
कोविड से हुआ उनका भी ठीक है ले आइए हाँ लेके आ जाइए हाँ वहीं ले आइए मैं जो भी कुछ हो करा दूँगा टेंशन नहीं मेरे टीम वर्कर हैं मेरे और भी स्टाफ के लोग हैं उन लोगों को भी ज़िंदगी में ऐसा कभी हमने देखने को नहीं मिला जो इस बार हमें देखने को मिल रहा है ना तो रोज़े रख पा रहे हैं ना ही किसी तरीके से कुछ कर पा रहे हैं
Crematoriums are running out of space too. Makeshift funeral pyres burn around the clock. The death toll in parts of India, both metropolitan and rural, is staggering. And worse still, the number of lives lost here so far is almost certainly vastly underreported.